Good morning, everybody, and happy Sunday. I hope everyone's had like a nice week and weekend. Coming at you from kind of another location. I am closer to the road, so hopefully it's not too loud. Hopefully, if I'm able to speak up a little bit more, you can kind of still hear me and everything. I just really wanted to kind of be here to show y'all and talk about Sansevierias, since they're just a really nice low maintenance plant that I have really been enjoying lately, especially since moving to Florida, because they just naturalize so well, whether they are in low light, high, full sun, low watering situations, waterier situations, or some more attentive situations, I should say, whether they're in the ground or in a pot. So I've seen many friends have them as well without too much struggle. I feel like they're like a really good beginner plant. They're a good office plant. They're a good house plant. So without further ado, let me continue gushing over Sansevierias. So this one that I have here in my lap / in my hands, it's actually a Sansevieria Black Gold. I think it's a really cute version of Sansevierias that I actually bought specifically for my office. Back in the day, it was really nice. It was only about like two nice big mother plants, and now you can see it's full of pups. It's super full. It's really nice. And I actually have this kind of more at the end of this hedge that I have here, kind of on the far side. And so as you see this hedge, it is along the entryway here. The front door is right here. So, as people walk up to the house, they see a nice little swatch of green, bordered with a nice kind of gold edging that these Sansevierias have in particular. As you can see, the ones behind me are like a taller variety. I'm not exactly sure what variety because they were here when I moved in. These were actually kind of further out in the garden, so these were transplanted about 4 months ago, I would say. So as you can see, they're transplanted nicely, and they actually have flowered since towards the end of season. So that was really, really cool to see. So yeah, like I said, these are really low maintenance plants that can pretty much be naturalized anywhere. You'll just kind of want to be a little bit, the only biggest thing about this is just to keep an eye out for watering. They rarely need watering. They don't need watering too much. They are more of a succulent. So with that being said, you'll notice they'll start asking for water as they start looking a little bit less plump, as they kind of almost get a little bit, I don't want to say wrinkly, but you can tell that it'd be a look that when you see the plant, you'd be able to tell that if it just had a little bit more water, it would plump up and fill out like the skin it's in, if that makes sense. If plants could have a skin, quote unquote skin. So I just thought it was really cool when I moved back to Florida and was able to see these in the ground, like the ones behind me that were like 2 feet, 3 feet, 4 feet tall, in shade, in sun. Some people put them here in nice like container arrangements as like a vertical interest and then kind of put stuff around it. But I just really wanted to come in here and say and just emphasize how low maintenance it is. It's not like you need deadheading. The stalks the leaves just really last, whether they're underwatered or even I don't know if people really overwater Sansevierias. Don't do that. But if anything, this is a nice plant that you could err on the side of underwatering and it will come back. So that's really nice. It's really forgiving. In that way, it's really resilient. So if you're definitely on the beginner side of plants, I would recommend getting this. I'm not sure if I would recommend this, or at least one thing that I would say is I'm not sure if it would be a plant that you would try to get in the beginning to try to learn other plants, if that makes sense. There are some plants that are good, like indicator plants that are really communicative, that are, even if they do require more watering or a little bit more finicky, you can kind of read them a little bit more. I feel like sometimes Sansevierias are a little bit hard to read, and so whenever people don't know how to read them, they just err on letting them dry out and then starting from there. So with that being said, I still think it's a nice beginner plant. But yeah, I hope everyone's been having a good weekend and everything. You'll see the dogs are here with me this morning, but they're kind of over it because I gave them a bath last night and brushed their teeth. And then they had some of their medications this morning, like flea medicine and stuff, which is just a topical but I think I'm on thin ice with them for at least right now. So just wanted to come in with a quick impromptu video to tell you about this. One thing about having them in a pot, I would like to note as well. Nick Pileggi, an actual like really cool YouTuber around here, says, you know, whenever you think about, let's say, your rent or your water bill or whatever, is when I would go around and check on at least my indoor Sansevierias. That's probably going to be a good time, like let's say once a month, good watering. If you have a plant indoors, a Sansevieria indoors, is really all you're going to need. As far as the ones out here, I mean, it's almost kind of the same thing, because these, at least for me, because these are closer to the foundation of the house. So between that, these are in like shade more than sun, pretty much almost full shade. They just get dappled sun and a lot of wind protection from being so close to the house. I feel like not being so exposed to the elements really helps keep this also mulched garden bed, retaining that soil. So I really would water this. I water this like maybe twice a month, if that. So like I said, a really low maintenance entry plant. I know when I used to work at the garden centers, a lot of people, especially you know, snowbirds or people that travel, people that are have different gardening capabilities or just time, you know, ask for things that are low maintenance. So I would really recommend the Sansevieria, which I'm pretty sure has been reclassified to Dracaena, but we're not going to get into that because that's like a whole thing. So thank you all for watching. I hope this, like the road and the cars weren't too bad. I'm kind of trying to speak up. Have a great week and everything, and thanks for watching. Bye.